Yo, what's going on? It's PK here, or PK Adam, or PK Jesus, or just Adam in general. So, this TDT season 4. Actually, let me make that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. As you know, last season 3, we won. It was kind of a massacre. Me and Zafacton coached the Blazing Infernaps. We actually previously won an off season. And then we went on to captain season 3, and then we swept basically every team, including in the playoffs. And we had one of probably the best team tour runs, I guess, in the draft community. So now we're on season 4, and we're aiming for that back-to-back chip. So if we're gonna have to aim for that back-to-back chip, we're gonna have to draft Wells again. All right. So this season has a bit more competition. When I say a bit more, the cap cores are significantly better, and there are a lot of great players that still signed up. So, let's just get right into it. I don't want to prolong this anymore. All right, for Blazing Infernaps, obviously, it's me, and then my co-cap is Acton. I guess I'm an average player. I could see that. Ziff is a great player, probably one of the top players in the community, and especially his prep help is absurd. So I'd say this is a good cap core. For our first pick, we picked up Taquito. So Taquito was not on our draft plan, like our actual draft plan, and we were not expecting to get Taquito because we wanted to go for 40K for Finch, and we wanted to go for 35K for another player that we ended up picking up around that price. Excuse me. But getting Taquito for 30K, he was Finch went up for the first nom, so we missed him out because he went for 44K, which is absurd still. And I mean, then Taquito got nom, and it was like, well, at this point, like, if we missed out on Finch, we might as well get Taquito. And to our surprise, he didn't go beyond 30K. But I don't think he's an overpay. I saw Brett said he was an overpay because of his whole, like, oh, he's in Little Cup. Well, he consistently wins in Little Cup. I mean, there are good Little Cup competition, but still I do not see him not being on the top of the leaderboard, and I expect no less. And, although he might not be able to speak complete English, he does prep help and in other tiers, and he's there to mock, and he's a good in-game player. So not much else to say there. Remaxo, we picked him up for 10K. It was reasonable. It was actually less than last season, and he went 7-0 last season. Actually, Remaxo should be going to positive, and I don't understand the complete hate around Remaxo. The guy's a good guy, and he'll win when he's given the best opportunity to win. So we got Brat. This is controversial, I know. I do want to say that Brat, although is one of the most villainous people in the community, he hasn't been anything but nice to me and Ziff, him and Ziff are great buddies. So Brat wanted to be on our team this whole time, and there's this whole thing about Brat not being a good team player and how Brat doesn't prep help. Well, already, like a day before we even drafted, or like a day in we drafted him, he's been helping not only in building ORAS teams, but building in all other teams. And I don't see him not continuing that throughout the rest of the season. And some people are also saying the ORAS competition's up and stuff. Like, yeah, I get that, but that's why you also spend that much money on arguably the best ORAS player in this whole community. So, shout out to Brat. Also, Brat, we're gonna make sure like Brat can be a good guy, and everybody can be a good guy, and we shouldn't be oppressed and offensive to anyone else. So not only to you, Brat, just to everyone in general. Can't be too offensive, and it's just not right. All right, Rexo. Rexo is actually believed to be better than Remaxo. I don't know if I totally agree with that, but Rexo is probably skill-wise probably one of the best players on our team. Although I still don't agree with that, but that's what the consensus is in BLI. But He's one of the Spanish, like, South Latin American people, and we got him for 5.5K. I mean, if he flops, then there's not much else to say, but I doubt he'll flop. I'm excited to see what he can bring with Ziff Prep or just his own whack prep in general. So yeah, D wins for 5K. I know this is like a whole meme thing, or he went 1-4 last season. He actually played Wombo twice, so I don't know what the fuck are you guys talking about, because the kid, the guy had to play Wombo twice, and I bet none of y'all, are not even about like 5 of y'all have beaten Wombo or even came close to beating Wombo. So I don't know what you're talking about. So sadly, D-Witch had a stinker last season, but I believe in him, and I definitely believe that he'll come back, and hopefully he'll go positive, and we'll put him in the best situation where he can go positive. So I'm excited to see what he got to do this season. Mega Oshawott for 14.5K. We didn't really have a price tag on him. We were like, okay, we're gonna get him at the end of the draft, like if we have an extra space after we get our players. By the way, we didn't even want Raxo. Not want Raxo. It was just he wasn't even on our plan. We were expecting not to even pick him up, but we ended up having with more money because we didn't get a 40K Finch. So let's go back to Osh. 14K Osh. I mean, plays Oraz, use him. He's versatile, so we like that, and he's a good guy, and he really is active. So I really would like to do that, and I think I feel like some people might call him washed or something, but I don't think he is, and especially with prep help from Diff and other players in our team, I think he'll be fine. Robot Boy for 5K is perfectly fine. Cody and I are great friends, and he did decent. He went 4-4, 3-3. He just went neutral. I mean, he definitely needs to go positive this season, and I have full faith that he'll do it, and we'll put him in the best position too, and we'll be excited to see what he does. Actually, for 6K, I think this is a steal. I mean, I know Ashley's been shitting the bed like the past season, or even other team toys, but man, this kid still gets drafted in a cock. This kid is a loving kid, and he's always there to prep help and be there for your team. And I mean, he's a great guy. So getting him for 6K at the end of the draft was absolutely amazing. We were always planning to get him as one of our best friends, and we were scared that we were gonna get outbidded. But yeah, Acker for 5K. Just picked him up. He was on our team last season. He prep helped and mocked, and he even mocked us. Like, he would like mock me all the time when I asked him if I needed a mock for a special game or something outside of TDT. And he's a really nice guy. He's part of the Spanish Inquisition, so we'd love to have him on the team, and we hope that he does win a game or two. All right, clock series. Jeremy and AIM 22. I don't know much about AIM 22 personally. I know Jeremy. I mean, he doesn't win all of his games, but he's actually really active. He's really there, and he's really smart with his prep help, and he's like knowledgeable at the games. Just haven't seen him win all the games, so it's not like I don't believe this is the strongest cap core, especially seeing AIM 22 shit the bed and fucking auction. So it's just, you know, whatever. Habita, we knew they were gonna pick up Habita. We nommed Habita, but he still went for 12K, which I think was, we just don't like upbidding too much because like, oh, what if we have to spend? But in reality, we could have definitely upbidded him to like 15K, but you know, whatever. iPro, one of the better players, went for 22K. I think it was good. Not much else to say. He's gonna win games. Rise of Darkrai, 28K. This should have been like 18K, but you know, AIM 22 kind of like F that up. So actually, Rise of Darkrai, if you're listening to this, you're a really good player. Kid's good at LC, good at other tiers too, and I don't know how much he prep helps, but it seems like he does, and he's a pretty nice guy, so shout out to him. Twix, I think this is one of the players that Brad told me to like say that he sucks, but obviously he doesn't suck. Went for 20K. I don't know if that seems like a bit undervalued, but you know, looking pretty good so far. But then this is where like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but he went for like 7K, so who gives a fuck? Blaze next, I think it's one of the other Smogon guys. I don't know how he went for 7K, but we nommed him because we were trying to get KMJ and Duke to blow their budget because we thought they were trying to pick up the same guys we were. So Yeah. Killer. I mean, he went for 5K. That's not much to say about it. He did all right last season, I think. He went for like 15K last season though, so definitely went for a better amount this season. Hopefully, he can prove himself with less weight on the shoulders. Lux 5K. This is a good price. Lux deserved to be picked up as a 5K, and hopefully, he can finally prove what he's worth. X Luke, don't know much about him. Went for 6K, so it doesn't really matter. Cavs 6.5K. I don't know how Cavs didn't get nommed until the end. Like, I like Cavs. The kid, he did well in CPL, I think, and he's doing well in cock. Or I don't know if he's doing well in cock, but he definitely have experience of playing good. So I mean, getting for 6.5K, I don't know if he's gonna be great this season, but he definitely can turn up, and that would be exciting for the clock series. So moving on to the Cowboy Bohemians. Hunter and Josh, both really good players. Probably one of the best cap cores. Their team is interesting, to say the least. Word Life 27K. He's not building, bro. I mean, I don't know if he's one of the two teams. I forgot what Word said, but Cream Life, shout out to my mans. But yeah, 28K. I think that's a bit of overpay. Sorry, my guy, but like, I don't know if you're gonna be playing a lot, so I doubt. And you might leave halfway through the season, which I would not be surprised. So that's a bit of a risk, but one of their top players, so might as well. Ogle 20K. I think Ogle could have been around the same as Taquito, because Ogle's a bit more diverse and versatile. So yeah, I do still think Taquito's a better LC player, but we're gonna have to see that throughout I don't think we actually play, so we in the regular season, so we would have to play in postseason, which I don't know if they'll make the postseason, but we will. So anyways, it'd be interesting to see a head-to-head matchup between the two. I don't know if that's ever happened, but yeah. Brute for 5K. Brute is basically, I feel like, is overhyped. I wouldn't say overrated, because maybe he is overrated because that's what overhyped is. But it's like the whole Sacred gang, like gang from Bob, and then he went to Cock. I mean, yeah, if you perform well in Bob, then you should get a chance in Cock. So good for you. And then goes 0-3. And I know he's played good competition, but you still gotta win a game or two, even if your team is the last. But these are individual records. This is not a team record. So, I heard that he just needs prep help. I think he would have been really good on our team, but we just didn't really want to spend. We were like reluctant to spend on him. Ziff told me to up bid him, but I was like, I don't know. And then I was going to up bid him, but Ziff was like, never mind. So it was just reluctancy, and I don't think any of the other teams really wanted to bet on him again. Like someone betted on Cox. So he probably can really prove that everyone was also wrong. So good for him. Devin seems to always get drafted. I don't understand. He hasn't proved me anything, but I mean, for some reason people think he's all right. So good for him. Toxic went for a good record last season, but I've heard that he's just, seems like he just makes misplays and he gets lucky. But once you get like that game experience, he'll stop doing that. So I have no doubt that he'll eventually stop doing that and show that he's a good player in Takora. Almighty Beardy was one of the bigger purchases. I don't know if he's worth the 26K, but he plays LC. I'm pretty sure he plays other tiers. So if he does that, then I guess 26K. If you need, don't they have Ogo? I don't understand. I don't know. I actually think this might be an overpay now, thinking about it. So all right, let's just skip that. Megastar. I don't know who this is. Nass. I don't know who this is, but they both went for like the mints, and I don't know who this is. I actually don't know who these are. I'm just gonna assume that they're either gonna go neutral or negative, and if they go positive, then good for them. Like I doubt they'll start over any of the players that I recognize, but yeah, could be one of their friends, so they might. All right, Rocky Helmet, Verzions, TC, Ian, one of the other better cap cores, but I don't know if this is one of the other stronger teams. They had Troy, who's a great player. Actually, he's like a really cool guy too, so shout out to him. He went for like 25K. I think it's pretty worth it. I mean, he could have definitely went for a little on the lower side of 20K. So, but yeah. Jace Link, don't know much about him, but he went to 31k, so it seems like they have faith in him. It seems like the whole community thinks he's good, so good for him. Hundir for 17k. This is who I want to talk about. Hundir, shout out to him. He goes actually like really under the radar. I've seen him last year and last season in tryouts, and he was really good. We wanted to pick him up, but like he went for something else, and we had other draft plans, so we'd rather not like pick him up for that much money. But yeah, he proved well last season, and I think he's gonna do it again this season. So that'd be exciting to watch. Sablo, 17.5k. I think he should have won more. I still don't understand, but you know, we wanted to pick him up, but he started going for a lot real fast, so we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have joined the war. But Almighty shot guy went for 5k. Not much to say. Spoink. I'm surprised Spoink got drafted, but yeah, 5k. It's like Panther. Should have went more for 7k. One of the players, Ziff, was like, Nom. Or like, kept telling me the Nom for it, and then he kept telling me to bid up for it, but I was like, I don't know. So we ended up bidding for him, and he went for 7k, which I think is gonna be a steal. So good for him. I think he prep helps a lot too. So yeah, Horn Dog 5k. He actually, I think he tried out, and I think he did well. So yeah, I mean 5k. So I guess he deserved to get picked up. King Clyde 7k. Went really well in the fake TDT thing for ORAS. So see if he does well. But I mean they have TC for ORAS, so it doesn't seem like they really need him. But yeah, Lucky Lollies. They have Duke and KMJ, and that's one of alright, good cap core. I mean, all these are pretty good cap cores actually. This team pretty sucks. I mean, outside of Finch for 43k, who I don't think is gonna be that motivated to play with this team, but you know, I think he's gonna be there to do his games and maybe help around because I mean it's quarantine, so yeah. Pesky for 10k will not help at all, even if it's quarantine. So I mean, this dude's gonna do well. I mean, you would expect him to do well, but I mean, every time you expect him to do well, it seems not to do great. So we'll have to see. It's kind of 50-50. Josh, alright, he's alright. Went for 15k, so if he's alright, and he went for 15k, so I mean, not much to say. I don't know who the fuck this is, but he went for like 5k, so good for him. Survive 50k. Hey. Again, I don't think anyone knew who this was, but maybe I'm just stupid. So he went for 15k, but like not knowing who he was, I'm like, why did he go for 15k? So I don't know. Street Creed Cookie, never seen him play. I think this is gonna be like a very common theme here. Easy 5k, Rulu 5k, Wolverine 5k. Shout out to Wolverine. He went did well last season and got picked up deservedly. So. I don't think Bulk Up got picked up, which I thought was kind of like, oof. We were going to pick up Bulk Up actually, but we decided to pick up Acker instead, so to keep that Spanish Inquisition gang. Yeah, I think this team is not that great, but again, I don't know most of the players on this team, so who knows. Baguette, Diggerby. It's led by two of the best French players. I mean, good for them. They got Amo. He's a really good French player. Theo, he's an alright guy that I've seen play. He went for 5k. I don't know who this is. Don't know who this is. Tiki said he's good. He went for 5k. Well, he said he was one of the best French players, I think. So, I mean, probably gonna be a steal. So, upsetting. Marty, don't know. I've heard of him. But Gangster, gang, I don't even know, bro. For some reason, I don't know. Thomas went for 5k. He's also one of the better French players, so I guess a steal, quote unquote. And they just finished it off. Basically, we're just gonna skip over it because it's a fucking other 5k Frenchie dude for 68k. I mean, I don't know why I didn't go for 69k. It's a hate crime. I mean, they didn't have the money, but they could have saved it. I'm just saying. They didn't have to spend the 6k on. They could have got the 69. All right, Nico and Itya, and it's just this is a good cap core, decent cap core. Rob Jr. for 50k. I'm just saying, like, I know we paid for 36k for Brett, and you know there's always whole repercussions with coming with Brett, but man, Rob Jr. for 50k. Like, I don't understand how you can really consistently just pay for a player for 50k and then just hope your team rounds off, because that's just one win. If you're really thinking about it, it's not just one win. Like I doubt Rob Jr. will try hard in TDT. And even like, would you even want like a 50k gypsy in DPL? I don't know. Price 17k. I think this is worth it. He's a good LC player. He kept flexing his 6-0s, on Taquito in a mock or something. So he's a nice guy. Really wish we could pick him up. I really wanted him, but yeah. Pichu Bros, 21k. I mean, the guy is really good. He's very underrated, and he's a really nice guy. I don't know how much he prep helps, but I heard that if you just like tell him to prep help, he will. So yeah, I think that's the right price. Astoria 5.5k. He's one of the better low price pickups. So good for him. WY went for 8.5k. I mean, he's pretty decent. So I guess that's worth it. Crack Nation. I heard he sucks. I've watched this. Oh wait, no, I played it before. Yeah, I probably I think I 6-0'd him or something. I know I won. So I mean, if you lose to this kid, then you must be pretty bad. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, he went for 5k, so not. I mean, all right, whatever. Ashon 219. I don't know who this is, but you went for 5k, so who gives a fuck? White Fair. They have a fair. I don't know how good this team's gonna be. I doubt this team's gonna win many games. But you know, I really think that this might be one of the seasons where it's like I doubt, like you could see any team go either way because the competition is actually pretty good throughout the rosters. So yeah, the only team that is like guaranteed to playoffs is like Blazing Infernames. But yeah, all right, okay, Real Boomers, led by Endless and Gammon. This is one of the lower cap cores, but like not to any means. Like they're good in their own rights. Mostly Gaiman is really good. I think Gaiman's also underrated, so shout out to my boy, BLI Trader. They picked up 35k Theo. I love Theo. He's a very knowledgeable player, but those whole things like stalling the way he drafts team might affect the rest of his team. And the way he prep helps and preps doesn't really fully help the rest of the team. But you know, I think any prep is good, so good for him. 35k I think is still a bit much, but you know, I mean, I guess if Finch went for 43 and Rob Jr. went for 50 and Brett went for 36, then I guess that's fine. Hey, Murder. By the way, Brett said you suck, so we went for 30k. Worth it. I mean, we were trying to nom Hey Burner, so the lollies would pick him up. But yeah, went 30k. He's gonna do well this season. I think it's like probably one of the more like accurate prices. So yeah, Skyhorse Tamer went for 23k. He's a good guy and a good player. I don't know how much he'll play this season. It seems like he doesn't play a lot, but yeah, he'll win games as well. This is actually like this court pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Plaz, I've heard he's better than these other two players, and I think Taquito's playing him in LC, or he's one of the better LC players or something like that. So went for 17k. I don't know much about him, so 17k seems reasonable, but it might end up being like, oh, that was such a steal, or not really a steal, but like, oh, we could have paid more for him. But yeah, A-Bunny went for 5k. He's a funny kid. He's actually pretty good. So 5k is and 5k is really reasonable for him. Mayweather 5k, I think, coming out of retirement and only gonna play Oras when, yeah. So I think 5k is reasonable. He went for like 6-3 season 1 of Oras, so I don't know if that's like, you know, the best, but seems to do well there. Levine Ma, he's a really good, cool guy, and he's actually a decent player. So 5.5 was definitely worth it. He was definitely one of our little pickup, like 5k pickups on our list. So yeah. Do-up Duongs. I don't even know. Sometimes Dugongs. There we go. Carry an LC. Good cap core. Decent cap core. One of the lower cap cores out of like skill, but LC seems to be a good player, and we love Carry. Carry is like one of my favorite people in this community, so shout out to him. Picked up 21k Tort. I don't know if that was a bit of an overpay. Sorry, Tort. But Tort is a nice guy. I don't know how much he'll prep help, but he'll win games. He's probably like 4-0 cock actually, so maybe 21k Tort is worth it, boys. Blitz 22k. Don't rate Blitz that much, but you know, the guys known to be good, and 22k is still fair enough for him. So shout out to Blitz. Phil, 14k. I think this is worth it. I mean, Phil's went off in DPO and ORS, but I mean, especially in this team, I don't know how much he'll play ORS, to be honest. But I'll probably start with Evan. But yeah, and actually, Evan went for 11k. So these two, I feel like could have went for more in a different auction, but I think 11, 14k. Well, 14k is justifiable. I don't know if 11k. It seems like more of a yes. We got him for cheaper. So yeah, Chaz 16k. I don't know. I've not seen much about Ches, but to be honest, I've always thought he was bad. So seeing him go for like 17k just really surprised me. Ren for 8k. I think it's fair. I know Ren highly rates himself, but you know that's what you should do as your own player. Or be a little realistic, but you know Ren seems to not be one of the. He seems to be good in game battling, but he doesn't even seem perfect to be like, oh, I'm like make me a team and I'll like win in game, right? So you obviously have that, and he doesn't prep at all. And when you don't even look at the matchup and you just take a team, like you're not gonna win because you're not used to the matchup or what they could have brought and stuff like that. So yeah, the answer is 6k. He went. I mean, Brett. He also made a video, so check that out. About the analysis. Brett 6k. I mean, it was a low pickup. I mean, that's fine. He actually prep helps, and he can be a decent guy, like all jokes aside. And his skill level was definitely there before. He seems to be a bit. He seems to have dropped off because even personal things and just college life. So I mean, that's not saying anything. It's fucking Pokemon, so who gives a fuck? But yeah, he definitely probably wants to prove himself this season. So good luck for him. Arctic Weavile, 7k. I like the guy. No Ziff didn't, so we didn't pick him up. But I think this is fine. 7k. He could even went for 5k. But yeah, Mia, I have no clue who he or she is, or they are. So they seem like a good person. So good for them. So hopefully they'll prove themselves skill wise. Insanity, Winsanity only went for 5k. I don't know if Winsanity only went for 5k, but you know. It is what it is. Alright, finally. Oh my god. I'm getting really tired of this shit. Professor Chipboard and Marvin Varvin. Like, I mean, both of these are good friends of mine. And I think Moran, comparatively to Ziff, is one of the best caps you could get because of their prep helps and just stature and their ability to play the game. So I think as a captain, they're very good players and very good team players. So I think their team instantly just goes up. Professor Chipboard's definitely gonna win most of his games, if not all. So his cap core, I think, could possibly be one of the best cap cores individually as a team. So yeah, in a team. Ultra player is a good player. We wanted to pick him up, but he went for like start going all out, and we were like, oh, okay. Rabs went for 20k. I think Rabs could have went for more, but you know, I mean, once you spend like 40, 50k, like you're not gonna really be bidding that much. So I feel like that's why a lot of these players started going for less. Silver Smasher, don't know much about him, but he went for like around 30k, and I heard he's like pretty good. I think he's a Smogon kid. I don't have no clue. We're good for him. Clone for went 6.5k. We wanted the bid for him so bad. I'm sorry, Clone, but like, yeah, man, we had Tiki and we were gonna get you or Rise Darkrai or even Ogle. And G Blaze, by the way, shout out to G Blaze. But yeah, 6.5k Clone. Definitely I think underpriced. He can play LC and he can play the other tiers. So I think this is definitely where he has to be like, okay, let me improve myself. And I think this is a very good stage. And by the way, TDT is like an amazing stage for all y'all players that are gonna get picked up mids or even went for 5k. It's like an amazing stage to make your name. Like, look at Taquito. Like, the guy went from 0 to hero, right? Hey, that rhymed. Alright, Scavalier, 25k. We thought we were gonna like pick him up for 5 to 10k. We were so hyped for that because it would have been like a Brack, Scavalier, or Escort. And that would have been booming. But they paid 25k with only knowing him for like 24 hours. Like, god damn. And it just pissed me off because we really wanted him. And we had to like shape off the rest of the plan. So change the rest of the plan. So yeah, I mean, 25k, I guess ideally is doesn't seem too worth it because I think there's still a gamble if he's really gonna be that good in draft. So yeah, PCZ, 8k, I think like 5k, 8k range, like that's fine. Odin, 7.5k, kid's good. That's the range you would expect him to be. Cheez-Its, also good. I think it's also the range you expect him to be. I think this is one of the better teams. Assuming that Silver Smasher is good, but it doesn't even have to be. Like, they can like slack in one area and be picked up by their caps, because I think these, I don't know, this would be a good team. I guess I should make like a who's making playoffs, I guess, like real quick. Let me just count out people though. I don't know. I doubt they'll make playoffs. I doubt Lucky Lollies will make playoffs. I doubt Baguette Dick Zerbies will make playoffs. I doubt Clock Series will make playoffs. So that's like 3. I doubt Lolly Chopper fans will make playoffs. I think this is more of a dark horse team, but if they play right, they could make playoffs. What teams do I have left? Oh. Oof. Alright, this is actually really cheds. So we need 3 teams, including us, to make playoffs, because I just think we're making playoffs, just straight up. Don't make playoffs. So it leaves with Endless. These 3 teams, right? Am I missing anything? Nah, I'm not. Yeah. So these are the other 3 teams that I think will make playoffs, including us. I think this team could also make playoffs. And I think they could, if they're somehow, like, the Frenchies are doing what they need to do, then they'll make playoffs. But as of right now, I do not think they'll make playoffs. And I think I just think that any team can make playoffs. Like, literally any team. So, yeah. Oh, that's fucking loud, boys. Alright, this is your boy PK. If you watch this whole video, please like, subscribe, or whatever. I don't give a fuck. So, just watch it. If you have any, negatives about it, I guess if you disagree with anything, just let me know. In general, talk about it. If I mess up on anything, let me know. I just hope y'all have a good season. I think I might do PRs around mid-season, or I doubt I'll do consistently because I'm too lazy for that. So yeah. All right, see ya. All right, have a good day. Bye.